You don't get rich by chance. You get rich by choice, by change, and by correction. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who works hard every single day, yet they're still broke? I have. And I've got news for you. It's not always what you do that makes you poor, it's what you keep doing wrong. See, success isn't always about doing more. Often, it's about doing less of the wrong things. Let me walk you through 7 things you must avoid like the plague if you want to rise from poverty to prosperity, and I mean real prosperity: health, wealth, peace of mind, and freedom. Excuses are one of the biggest traps that keep people stuck in poverty. They sound reasonable, even logical, but they quietly destroy progress. Most people don't even realize how often they use them. I didn't have the right education. I didn't grow up in the right family. The economy is bad. These statements might be asterisk true asterisk, but they're not asterisk useful asterisk. The problem isn't the excuse, it's what the excuse asterisk costs asterisk you. Every time you allow an excuse to stand, you remove your own power to change your situation. Success doesn't care about your story, it cares about your decisions. If you want to move from poverty to prosperity, you have to stop arguing for your limitations. You have to stop explaining why you can't and start finding reasons why you asterisk must asterisk. The moment you say, "This is on me. My life is my responsibility," that's the moment things begin to shift. That's when you start becoming dangerous to failure. It's easy to point fingers at the government, your boss, your childhood, the market. But here's the truth: none of those things are going to write your success story. You are. Excuses feel good in the short term because they let you off the hook, but in the long run, they cost you your future. If you want to rise, you have to replace every excuse with a plan, every complaint with a commitment, and every blame with belief. You can't build prosperity on a foundation of excuses. You build it on personal responsibility, clear goals, and daily action. That's how the wealthy think. That's how the successful rise. And that's how you break free, not by just doing more, but by refusing to do what keeps you small. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It says, "You can do it later," or "You'll feel more ready tomorrow." And before you know it, days become weeks, weeks become months, and your goals remain untouched. The truth is, waiting for the perfect time is a myth. There is no perfect time, only now. Every moment you delay action, you delay growth. And in that delay, opportunities disappear. People who succeed don't wait for motivation, they act. They understand that action brings clarity, not the other way around. Most people wait until they feel confident, but confidence comes asterisk after asterisk you start, not before. If you sit around waiting to feel ready, life will pass you by. The people who rise to success are not the ones who had all the answers. They're the ones who had the courage to move forward despite uncertainty. Procrastination disguises itself as caution. It pretends to be wisdom, but behind that mask is fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But here's the thing: action defeats fear. Every time you take a step forward, you prove to yourself that fear isn't the master you are. If you want to move from poverty to prosperity, stop putting your dreams on pause. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work. Begin even if you're unsure. Start small, but start today. Momentum is a powerful thing. Once you begin, you'll find the strength to keep going. Don't let another day slip through your fingers. Take one step, make one call, write one plan. That's how you break the cycle. Because the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the action you keep delaying. Your thoughts shape your reality more than you realize. What you consistently think, you eventually believe, and what you believe, you begin to act on. If your mind is filled with negativity, fear, and doubt, then everything you do will be touched by hesitation and insecurity. It's impossible to build a prosperous life with a defeated mindset. A poor mindset will reject opportunity, question progress, and sabotage success before it even arrives. The mind is like a garden. If you don't plant positive, empowering thoughts, the weeds of negativity will grow by default. And those mental weeds, things like "I can't," "it's too hard," or "I'm not good enough" will choke the life out of your ambition. Prosperity requires a new kind of thinking. You must start to believe that better is not only possible, it's available and more importantly, it's deserved by those who work for it. Every successful person you admire had to fight through negative thinking. But they replaced those thoughts with belief, gratitude, vision, and discipline. They chose to see possibilities where others saw problems. They trained their minds to focus on solutions instead of setbacks. That's not easy, but it's necessary, because you'll never rise higher than the level of your thinking. What you feed your mind daily becomes your default response to life. Feed it inspiration, wisdom, goals, and gratitude. Starve it of complaints, fear, and doubt. You don't need to be a genius to be wealthy, but you do need to protect your thoughts like a treasure chest, because in the end, success isn't just about what you do. It's deeply tied to how you think. And if you want to attract prosperity, your mind must become a place where prosperity is welcome. One of the greatest barriers to prosperity is the belief that someone else owes you success. It's a dangerous mindset, one that silently convinces you to wait instead of act, complain instead of create. When you believe the world is responsible for your rise, you stop taking responsibility for your own journey. The truth is, no one is coming to rescue you. Not the government, not your boss, not your family. The only person responsible for changing your life is you. Entitlement robs you of the fire to grow. It tells you that you deserve more, without requiring you to become more. But wealth is not given, it's earned, and it's earned by bringing value. The market doesn't reward your presence, it rewards your performance. It pays for skill, consistency, and service. You can't demand prosperity, you must attract it by becoming someone who produces more than they consume. Every time you expect something for nothing, you lose the opportunity to develop yourself. You weaken the muscles of discipline, initiative, and problem solving. Prosperity is not about taking, it's about giving. When you give more value, more energy, more solutions, the world responds with more reward. That's how the system works. If you want to change your life, shift your mindset from "I deserve" to "I earn." Start asking, "What can I offer?" instead of "What can I get?" When you do this, you step into a different arena, one where results matter more than excuses and effort is currency. Prosperity comes to those who stop waiting and start working. Let go of entitlement, embrace responsibility, and commit to becoming a person who produces results. That shift alone can move you from poverty to power faster than any shortcut ever could. The people you surround yourself with have more influence on your future than you think. Your environment is like the climate your life grows in, and if the air is full of negativity, doubt, and laziness, your potential will wither before it ever blooms. It's nearly impossible to live a motivated, disciplined, purpose-driven life while being surrounded by people who have no goals, no drive, and no belief in growth. You begin to absorb their habits, adopt their language, and lower your standards without even realizing it. Success is contagious, but so is mediocrity. If everyone around you makes excuses, avoids responsibility, and complains about life, soon you'll find yourself doing the same. On the other hand, when you spend time with people who think big, act boldly, and push forward despite obstacles, their energy will challenge you to rise. You don't need 100 people to support you, you just need a few who are headed in the same direction. Sometimes, moving from poverty to prosperity requires difficult decisions. You may need to distance yourself from those who are holding you back, even if you care about them. That doesn't mean you stop loving people. It means you start prioritizing your future. You need people around you who inspire progress, not drag you into the past. Look at your circle. Are they building you or breaking you? Are they pushing you to grow or pulling you into comfort? Your network will either lift your vision or limit your future. Choose wisely. Because no matter how disciplined or ambitious you are, if your environment is poisoned, your potential is at risk. Growth starts to happen the moment you surround yourself with people who expect more from you and refuse to let you stay the same. Success is not built on luck or talent alone. It's built on daily discipline. The small decisions you make every day create the foundation of your future. Waking up early, reading instead of scrolling, investing instead of spending, staying focused when distractions call your name. These aren't glamorous actions, but they are the actions that separate the successful from the stuck. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's showing up consistently, especially when no one is watching. Most people wait for motivation, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is dependable. It shows up whether you're tired, frustrated, or uninspired. If you only act when you feel like it, you'll never build anything lasting. But when you develop the habit of doing what's required, day in and day out, your results become inevitable. You can't rise to prosperity on wishes. You rise through structure, habits, and repeated effort. Discipline means saying no to short-term pleasure in exchange for long-term gain. It's choosing progress over comfort. And it's in those quiet, disciplined choices, getting up early to plan, saying no to unnecessary spending, pushing yourself to finish what you started, that success begins to take shape. Those who lack discipline often stay stuck not because they don't have potential, but because they never stay consistent long enough to see results. They start and stop. They hustle, then crash. But those who master discipline don't just start strong. They finish strong. They follow through. If you want to move from poverty to prosperity, you must train yourself to do what's hard until it becomes natural. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. And crossing that bridge is how real transformation begins.